Robbery accusation? 5 words that protect your freedom. Spoiler, lawyer is number 1.
Being accused of robbery in California is no joke. It's a serious felony that could lead to years behind bars, a permanent criminal record, and consequences that follow you for the rest of your life. But here's the thing. Just because you've been charged doesn't mean you're guilty. The prosecution must prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt, and there are legal strategies that could make all the difference. If you or a loved one are facing robbery charges, stick with me. This information could be the key to protecting your future. If you've been accused of robbery in California, it's critical to understand the seriousness of the charge and the consequences it may carry. Robbery, as defined under California Penal Code Section 211, involves the unlawful taking of someone's property through force or the threat of force. To secure a conviction, the prosecution must prove several key elements beyond a reasonable doubt. The victim possessed valuable property. The property was taken from the victim or their immediate presence. The property was taken without consent, force or the threat of harm was used, and the defendant intended to permanently deprive the victim of the property. It is always charged as a felony, but the penalties depend on whether it's first-degree or second-degree robbery. First-degree robbery occurs in an inhabited structure against a driver of a vehicle, like a taxi or delivery driver, or near an ATM. It carries a penalty of 3 to 9 years in state prison. Second-degree robbery, on the other hand, applies to all other robbery situations that do not meet the criteria for first-degree robbery or carjacking. Carjacking is a specific form of robbery that involves taking a motor vehicle by force or the threat of harm. Second-degree robbery carries a penalty of 2 to 5 years in state prison. I've seen firsthand how robbery charges can turn someone's life upside down. The first step in preparing is understanding what's at stake. This is a serious crime with serious exposure to prison time where a conviction can mean years behind bars. A robbery conviction counts as a strike under California law, which can lead to 25 life imprisonment after 3 strike offenses. Moreover, non-citizens could face deportation and other immigration consequences after a conviction. And a robbery conviction strips you of your gun rights because it is a straight felony that cannot be reduced to a misdemeanor. You will be prohibited from owning or possessing a firearm. We've worked with clients who didn't realize how serious these consequences were until they came to us. That's why taking action now is so important. Securing a team that can help you mount a defense to these charges is critical. Some defenses that could apply are mistaken identity, witnesses make mistakes, and false accusations happen. If the evidence is weak, we can challenge the reliability of the ID. Lack of force or fear. If no physical force or intimidation was used, the charge might not hold up. Lack of intent to steal. If you had no intention to permanently deprive the owner of their property, this could weaken the prosecution's case. Alibi defense. If you can prove you were somewhere else at the time of the alleged robbery, the case against you weakens. Duress. If you were forced to commit the act under threat of serious harm or death, it might be a valid defense. Insufficient evidence. The prosecution must prove every element of the crime beyond a reasonable doubt. If the evidence is lacking, we fight for dismissal. I can't tell you how many cases we've handled where a small piece of evidence made all the difference. That's why having the right legal team matters. There are some common mistakes that people make when charged with offenses that we suggest you avoid. First, talking to police without a lawyer. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Second, posting on social media and talking about the case. Anything you post can be used as evidence. Next, thinking the charges will just go away. Robbery is a serious charge that won't be dropped without a fight. Don't stick your head in the ground and hope it all disappears. You have to take action, assert your rights, and protect your interests. Finally, waiting too long to hire a defense attorney. The sooner you get legal help, the better your chances of success.
We've seen too many people make these mistakes, thinking they can explain their way out of it or avoid the consequences with an ill-strategized defense. The best thing you can do? Stay silent and call us immediately. Our firm has decades of experience. We've successfully defended clients against robbery charges for years, securing dismissals, reductions, and not guilty verdicts. We don't deploy cookie-cutter strategies. Rather, we tailor every defense to the specifics of the case and employ an aggressive, personalized approach, and we make sure to keep our clients informed every step of the way, answering your questions and fighting for your rights. You need more than just a lawyer. You need a fighter in your corner. That's what we bring to the table. If you or someone you love is facing robbery charges in California, don't wait. Every second counts when it comes to building a strong defense. Our firm has successfully defended countless people just like you, and we're ready to fight for your future. Call us now for a consultation and subscribe for more legal insights and defense strategies. You don't have to face this alone. Let's fight this together. Don't forget to like and share this video, and for more legal insights, keep watching and subscribe to our channel.